Do you believe that Calgary requires a city charter? What powers does the city need that it does not currently have? Councillor Pincott, you have 2 minutes.
I believe we need a city charter, but not necessarily a city charter. It's interesting. I've always been a fan of city charters, and looking at when a city reaches a certain size, when it reaches a certain maturity, that it needs to have a different relationship with the provincial government. That one size fits all legislation like the Municipal Government Act is not right. That the city of Calgary shouldn't be governed by the very same rules that, I always pick on Ponoka is governed by. We are different. I apologize to Ponoka. We need a charter that sets out our framework. Unfortunately, the conversation around a charter has primarily been around taxation. And if it's just about getting more taxation powers, then I don't think it's the right thing. I don't think it's what we need to do. We need the tools in place in a charter that allows us to be able to build the city that we want. The fact that we can't have inclusionary zoning because it's not governed by the Municipal Government Act, inclusionary zoning which would require the city to have affordable housing everywhere, we're not allowed. It's not covered in the Municipal Government Act. The fact that we can't set our own campaign finance rules, that's wrong. We need the abilities to do all of those kinds of things, to be able to set our own destiny. We have reached that level of maturity. We are over 1 million people. We are not the same as Weizsäcker. I'll pick on somebody different. We need a charter, but again, not necessarily. If it's only about revenue, then I think we're missing the boat. And I'll say this with a school trustee in the room. I think that schools are foundational. Schools are foundational to community. And the fact that the city has no participation, doesn't engage in the conversation around schools, something that is so core to our community, is something too that needs to be addressed in a charter.
All right, thank you, Councillor Pincott. Next response goes to Mr. James Maxim. Sir, you have 2 minutes.
With the MGA, there's no doubt that we've reached a level in our sophistication or form of government by the size and our complexity and the economic power that we have as a city, that we should be able to define what our needs are for the future. And that, if we want to go the route of a city charter, my view would be, what do we want to establish with the provincial government? Because we are a creation of the provincial government by way of legislation. So if we want to reach that maturity or be mature, then we should set out the parameters or the terms of reference that are necessary as a big city and have those conversations with the provincial government on an equal basis, and to be able to define those for the people of Alberta, or for the people of Calgary within the province of Alberta. That would be the starting point, and we can throw and define what those elements are that we want to have discussion. And if we want to expand upon it, then this is the time to lay out those terms and conditions for negotiations with the province.